Hey all, Jason Levon, priest at St. Luke's Episcopal Church in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Welcome to another edition of Pause and Pray. This morning before heading off to work, my partner Christy asked me, so what's on your docket for the day? That's when I went over to my to-do list that I keep every day and realized how long it was. Then as I went through it, I came to realize I needed to add more things to it that I had forgotten to add to it the day before. And then I realized this was likely going to be one of those days where at the end of it all I was going to be frustrated that I got so little done and the list only got longer and longer. I joked with Christy and I joke with people in church sometimes saying that's why I became a priest, because you only have to work 1 hour a week. And I wonder if people think that of pastors and priests sometimes, not understanding all that goes into serving and tending to a parish. My many beautiful volunteers here at St. Luke's, people who give so much to life here at St. Luke's, understand quite well all that goes into making this parish the vibrant community in which love can grow in such marvelous and beautiful ways. But what that means is that sometimes our to-do lists just keep getting longer and longer, and things get added to them a lot more quickly than they get crossed off. And I know that in those situations, like I said, oftentimes at the end of the day, when I'm facing a long to-do list, I find myself frustrated and hard on myself because I didn't get enough done and didn't cross off enough things. Sometimes it's because of my own sinfulness and selfishness, because I wasn't disciplined or focused enough or focused more on myself than on the tasks at hand. Still, other times, it was because I had many holy interruptions throughout the day of people who brought things to me and needed to talk or check in on different projects. I'm blessed again to have a beautiful partner like Christy, who's able to sense when I've had one of those days where I'm being hard on myself because I didn't get enough done or didn't think I was about the right things. And she seems to know when to respond to me with a holy gentleness. And she's reminded me on more than one occasion that all I'm really called to do is to love. And she'll say, did you love today? And if you loved, really loved, then you were a priest, and then you did enough. It's a reminder to me that our true call, our true work, our true labor, if you will, as we've just celebrated Labor Day, is to love. It's a labor of love that we're called to. As St. Paul wrote in chapter 13 of Romans that we heard this past Sunday, we don't owe anybody anything except to love one another. Or Jesus in today's gospel from the daily office, from chapter 10 of the Gospel of John, where some religious elites want to stone him, and Jesus points them not to himself but to his works, and to see that in his works is this dynamic love moving in this world. And maybe to see in that Jesus did have an authentic relationship with God. Even if the people that were arguing with him couldn't see it in him, maybe they could see that relationship in his works and his action of loving those around him. And what good news that is, that call to realize that no matter how long our to-do list gets, our real work, our only work, the only thing we owe one another is to love one another. And that's a real gift for people like me, and I suspect for so many of you out there whose to-do lists get a lot longer day after day in life just because of all of its busyness. It's a reminder to us all again that we're not human doings, but human beings, called to love and to be loved. So today we're invited to pause and pray, reflecting on two simple questions. How have I been loved today? And how have I shown love today? And that can look like many things. Sometimes loving others means vacuuming or taking out the garbage, or preaching or knowing when to listen, or taking an annoying dog on a walk during a day when the weather is not so lovely outside. But if we can answer the question that we have loved, then we can breathe a sacred sigh, knowing we've done enough, even if there's a whole lot more left. on our to-do lists. God's peace and blessings to you all.